Portfolio: Carlos de Aguilar Velin, MS in Aeronautics, MBA in Finance. Content: personal projects, school projects, hard skills, professional development. Personal projects: the science of fleet planning for the Americas. Situation: I like to practice the knowledge gotten at the universities where I pursued my academic degrees. One day, I started to research about fleet planning for the Americas, and I do not find an available information for fleet planning in Central and South America. I decided to research and create a PowerPoint presentation about it. Task: I adapted the available information with the real situation in the above regions. I compiled all main areas that need to be considered for this topic. For example, business model, aviation safety, finance, and flight operations. Action: I analyzed several factors that could affect the selection of an aircraft-like transportation modes in the South America. I divided into subtopics. I sorted the subtopics by priority. Result: I am creating a good learning material for students or aviation professionals. I do not finish it yet because I am thinking to implement data analytics subtopic on it. Data analytics is becoming essential for every business decision. Data analytics project. Situation: when I started to explore the flight simulation world, I noticed that I could not track the flight hours constantly because the flight simulator memory was not store the flight hours when it crashed or reinstalled. I could not know the total flight hours that I flew on my static flight simulator. Task: I decided to build a semi-complex database for tracking flight hours from scratch in Microsoft Access. Then, I connected the database with Microsoft Excel to perform aviation data analysis. Action: I designed tables, queries, and forms. I made relationships between tables with primary and foreign keys. I implemented a calculated field to calculate the total amount of fuel necessary for the flight. I created a dedicated flight hours query to connect with Microsoft Excel and perform the data analysis. I am implementing more features to it every year. For example, I will implement the time difference between scheduled departure time and actual departure time. It will help to determine delayed time for the flights. Result: the benefit of this database is: I can manipulate my own data to obtain multiple data analyses by pivot tables such as total hours by flight equipment, season, type of flight, regions. I can perform on-time analysis with departure time variables. I can get the total flights by departure or arrival ICAO airport code. I will able to get how much airlines spend on the fuel for each flight in the future. School projects. MBA. Competitive Decision Making Project. Situation: my professor from Competitive Decision Making class set a business challenge for teams. The challenge was to manage a virtual company on CampSim website. There were 4 main departments in this virtual company. I selected the financial department for managing because I was the subject matter expert on this area. Task: my main task was to control the budgets from other departments. I issued stocks and bonds to increase the working capital and keep the financial health of the company. Action: I read the financial statements on every round. It helped me to decide whether I issued stocks or bonds to increase the capital. I oversaw the department's budgets to decide if it was necessary the expenses or I could minimize the expenses in order to maximize the revenue. I analyzed the risk of every possible financial decision. Result: the team and I won the second place in the competition. I left the financial department with solid capital, low debt, and a ROI average. MSA, Graduate Capstone Research Project. Situation: I had to decide between 2 topics for the Graduate Capstone Research Project in my first master's degree at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. The first topic was about virtual reality simulation for pilots training, and the second topic was about controlled flight into terrain events in the Americas. Task: both topics were interesting for me. I researched the available data in the public domains for both topics. Action: After researching the data in various public domains, I evaluated the found data to make my topic decision. Results: my decision was for controlled flight into terrain, CFIT, events in the Americas topic because there were enough available data than the other topic. I recreated a true CFIT event in my desktop flight simulator by video screen capture software, and I got an A in my capstone project because I made a solid research and incorporated the flight simulation into the presentation. Normal procedures for transporting disabled passengers. Situation: my air carrier operations class professor assigned me a research project. I always wanted to research passengers with disabilities and how airlines manage this situation. This project focused on the regulations available for transporting disabled passengers in commercial flights. The importance is that disabled passengers are traveling often by air mode. Therefore, airlines should create or innovate programs for transporting this group of passengers. Task: I had to research how airlines manage the transportation of disabled passengers between Europe and the United States. Action: I compared EASA and FAA regulations regarding the transportation procedures of this passenger segment. Results: I concluded that Europe is more advanced for transporting disabled passengers than the United States. The employees are well trained, and the transportation equipment is technologically advanced in Europe. 3 possible routes. I made a route analysis for my graduate class of airline operations and management. This class was about revenue management field. The goal was to create 3 possible new routes for an air carrier. I used Greg's itinerary choice model to perform this analysis. I think United Airlines uses this itinerary choice model. The results revealed the following outcomes. The first route proposed is from New York, John F. Kennedy International Airport to José Joaquín de Olmedo International Airport in Guayaquil, Ecuador. The technical data of this proposed flight is: the estimate distance is 2,590 nautical miles on this route, estimate flight time is around 6 hours, flight cruising level at 34,000 feet in high-altitude airways. The demand-feeding markets are supplying by rail transportation mode due New York City is closely to Long Island, Stamford, Newark, and Philadelphia. This assumption was made because, according to the census of 2010, there is higher concentration of American and Ecuadorian citizens who like to travel to Ecuador very often in these close areas. The estimation of this demand was made by the time of traveling between rail and air modes. For example, the travel time between Philadelphia and New York City is 1 hour and 26 minutes by rail mode. The same route is 1 hour, plus 2 hours of domestic checking, plus 3 hours of international checking at JFK International Airport by air mode. The size of demand-feeding markets is: New York City, 289 pax, Long Island, 53 pax, New Jersey, 39 pax, Philadelphia, 34 pax, Connecticut, 28 pax. The city made this estimation of the residents of the passengers. The competition is strong on this route. It means that the route is profitable. 5 airlines flew from JFK to GYE in November 2018. TAME Ecuador and LATAM Ecuador fly directly, but TAME Ecuador ceased operations for negative profit on this route. Copa Airlines flies to Guayaquil with 1 stop in Panama City, Panama. JetBlue Airways flies to Guayaquil with 1 stop in Fort Lauderdale. Finally, Avianca flies to Guayaquil with 1 stop in Bogotá, Colombia. The estimation of market share compounds. 43% of market share travels for the direct route. 11% of it travels for the route with stop in Panama City. 4% of this market share travels for the route with 1 stop in Fort Lauderdale. And 42% of this travels for the route with 1 stop in Bogotá. The estimation of total market share was calculated with daily data from November 2018. 236 pax flew directly by LATAM Ecuador. 28 pax flew by JetBlue, 73 pax flew by Copa, 53 pax flew directly by TAME, and 277 pax flew by Avianca. The results from the model simulation are the following. The elimination of tame Ecuador on this route caused new probabilities regarding the intention of traveling by passengers. Delta Airlines has 64.71% of probability over the competence. If it offers comfortable price tickets and flies with the newest long-range fleet. Finally, the departure time should be at 5 p.m. An interesting fact about this route. According to the José Joaquín de Olmedo International Airport, Eastern Airlines and JetBlue Airways will start non-stop service on this route at the end of this year. The second route proposed is from Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport to José Joaquín de Olmedo International Airport in Guayaquil, Ecuador. The flight proposed was from Atlanta to Guayaquil. The demand-feeding markets come from Miami, Orlando, Los Angeles, Newark if they want to fly instead rail mode, and Fort Lauderdale. The size of daily demand-feeding markets is 324 pax from Miami, 12 pax from Orlando, 24 pax from Los Angeles, 33 pax from Newark, and 102 pax from Fort Lauderdale. The competition is based on 2 low-cost air carrier and 1 legacy airline. JetBlue Airways and Spirit Airlines offer the route from Atlanta to Guayaquil with 1 stop in Fort Lauderdale. American Airlines offer the route Atlanta-Miami-Guayaquil. The estimation of market share compounds. 65% of market share travels directly from Miami to Guayaquil. 2% of it travels from Orlando to Guayaquil with 1 stop in Miami. 5% of this market share travels from Los Angeles to Guayaquil with 1 stop in Miami. 7% of this market share travels from Newark to Guayaquil with 1 stop in Miami. And 21% of the market share travels directly from Fort Lauderdale to Guayaquil. The estimation of total market share was calculated with daily data from November 2018. 51 pax flew directly by JetBlue. 51 pax flew by Spirit, 324 pax flew on the route Miami-Guayaquil, 12 pax flew on the route Orlando-Miami-Guayaquil. 24 pax flew on the route Los Angeles-Miami-Guayaquil, 33 pax flew on the route Newark-Miami-Guayaquil by American. The results from the model simulation are the following. Delta Airlines only has 19.28% of probability of the intention of traveling by passengers. The strongest competition is JetBlue Airways and Spirit Airlines because these air carriers are the low-cost model. Each one has over 32% of probability. Finally, American Airlines only has a probability of 15.65% on this route. The third route proposed is from Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport to Alfonso Bonilla Aragon International Airport in Cali, Colombia. The flight proposed departs from Atlanta to Cali. The demand-feeding markets comes from Miami, New York John F. Kennedy, Newark, and Fort Lauderdale. The size of daily demand-feeding markets is 254 pax from Miami, 81 pax from New York John F. Kennedy, 29 pax from Newark, 9 pax from Fort Lauderdale. The competition is based on 1 low-cost air carrier and 1 legacy airline. Spirit Airlines offers the route from Atlanta to Cali with 1 stop in Fort Lauderdale. American Airlines offers the route Atlanta-Miami-Cali. The estimation of market share compounds. 68% of market share travels directly from Miami to Cali. 22% of it travels from New York John F. Kennedy to Cali with 1 stop in Miami. 8% of this market share travels from Newark to Cali via Miami. And 2% of this market share travels directly from Fort Lauderdale to Cali. The estimation of total market share was calculated with daily data from November 2018. 9 pax flew by Spirit, 254 pax flew on the route Miami-Cali, 81 pax flew on the route New York John F. Kennedy Miami-Cali. And 29 pax flew on the route Newark Miami-Cali by American. The results from the model simulation are the following. Delta Airlines has 32.39% of probability of the intention of traveling by passengers. The strongest competition is American Airlines with a probability of 43.45% on this route. Spirit Airlines has 24.16% of probability. Finally, Delta Airlines should consider this route like seasonal route on higher demands such as summer and winter seasons. Hard skills: financial management risk, database management, aviation and financial data analysis, language, English and Spanish, SQL language programming, Microsoft Office Suite. Professional development: I like to develop as professional. Therefore, I made my own professional development plan. For instance, I took the courses of Capital IQ Fundamentals and Reading Financial Statements. These courses keep me updated with current finance stuff. Thank you. Carlos de Aguilar, Velin.